All right, everybody, welcome back to Cooking A to Z. Today we're going to be making one of my favorite comfort foods. This is going to be a pot roast. And we're going to start out by taking a chuck roast that I've already seasoned on both sides with salt and pepper generously, placing that into a Dutch oven that's been preheated. And we're going to just go ahead and let that cook on both sides. We want it to get nice and brown on both sides. And let it go for a little bit on this side, and then we'll flip it over. All right, as you can see here, I went ahead and flipped it over. That's kind of what you're looking for. You want it to get just kind of brown, a little bit of a light crust on the top of it. As I mentioned before, I'm using a chuck roast for this recipe. It's about 3 pounds, so I'd say it's kind of like a medium size for this. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get this so that it continues to brown. Once it does, we will take it out of the Dutch oven, set it on a separate plate, and then we'll go ahead and move on with the rest of the recipe. Alright, I'm back at the stove. I've got the onions, the celery, and the garlic in the pan. We'll let this go until they're soft. Give it a few minutes here. Alright, the veggies here have been going for about 5 minutes, and we're going to add, I always use onion soup mix with mine. So I've got like 12 ounces of water and some onion soup mix. So I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit of that in just to kind of deglaze the pan a little bit. Try to get all the brown bits off the bottom. You definitely want those. Nice and steamy. Alright, we'll go ahead and pour the rest of that in. And you know, if you're someone who doesn't like the onion soup mix, you're welcome to just use beef stock, whatever you'd like. That's something I've always done. I'm going to add just a couple splashes of Worcestershire sauce. There we go. Alright, we're going to add a little bit of rosemary. That's probably good. Turn this down just a little bit. And the last thing we're going to do before we put the pot roast back on here is we're going to add a small jar of tomato paste. There again, if you're somebody who would prefer not to have the tomato in the pot roast, you can omit this piece if you don't want it. It's totally up to you. And you just want to stir that around, try to get it dissolved. Make a nice rich broth with that. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and grab our pot roast. Alright, there you go. The pot roast is in the Dutch oven. We're going to go ahead and cover it up. I've got the oven preheated to 350. What we're going to do now is go ahead and pop it in the oven for 2 hours. We're going to take it out after that, and then we're going to add our carrots and potatoes and then pop it back into the oven. So we'll check back in a couple hours and let you know what it looks like. All right, there it is. 2 hours in the oven at 350 degrees. I did check on it. It's not quite fork tender yet, which you would expect at this point. Next step is going to be to add the carrots and the potatoes that I cut up earlier. And we'll add those in, put it back in the oven. Probably going to go for another hour and a half, and we'll check back with you shortly with the finished product. All right, here is the finished product. It was actually in the oven for 3 hours and 15 minutes of total cook time at 350 degrees. I got to tell you, this thing smells delicious. Let me know if you guys are fans of comfort food like pot roast. And let me know in the comments if there's something you'd like to see me try. It doesn't have to be comfort food. Whatever recipe you'd like to see me try, put that in the comments section for me. And if you made it this far in the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And we will catch you in the next video.